This is the real video of telecom defrauding employees in northern Myanmar. Beaten every day. Hit you every day. When did you get enough money? When you will not be beaten. Hit you every day. Victims were recorded in northern Burma. The whole process of encountering brutal atrocities. Buried alive by electric shock. Chop fingers. Things like kidney cutting can be seen every day. Person trying to escape. After being caught, it will be locked up with a dog. Eat only leftover dog food. Suicide. It's a luxury for them. Because there is a dedicated person who will take turns 24 hours a day. Watch over them. And the local warlord bureaucrats are secretly supporting. The whole of northern Myanmar is simply a paradise for crime. From the end of last century, Golden Triangle area in northern Myanmar slowly lost the drug market. So they started trying to grow crops to improve their life. But the effect is very general. Until 2001, a Hong Konger came to northern Myanmar, working with locals to emulate Macau's model, opened a large casino, and relying on their own connections, attracted a large number of local rich and wealthy businessmen to come. As more and more local casinos open, the sex industry also rose. In this place where there is no law, money can buy everything. In the first 2 or 3 years, whoever wins can also take the money away. But slowly these people began to become more and more rampant. With the mixed situation of local fish and dragons, many casinos began to break the rules. Random deceit and fraud. And those lucky enough to win, not only a penny can't be taken away, even their own life has to stay there. Because of this, northern Myanmar is already notorious. All local rich businessmen are afraid to go there. So since 2006, someone came up with a way to trick China mainlanders over here. It is the recruitment that appeared not long ago. High salary is bait. Deceive mainland Chinese. After someone comes over, find someone to take him to the casino to play. When the money loses almost, let the family pay the money. If you really can't spend money, cut out the kidneys and sold the body parts. Around 2010, under the control of this group of mainland ruthless villains, the sudden rise of telecom fraud forces, they don't just trick people into gambling, and also put these people into corporate management, create multiple character scripts, teach them how to commit scams online. Almost a lie. The daily running account is more than 10 million yuan. And this was when these companies were just getting started. Beaten every day. Hit you every day. When will you collect enough money and when will you not be beaten? Hit you every day. This is the real video of the telecom fraud company in northern Myanmar. Victims were recorded in northern Burma. The whole process of encountering brutal violence. Electric shock buried alive. Chop fingers. Kidney cutting can be seen every day. After the person who tried to escape was caught and returned, will be locked up with the dog. Eat leftover dog food. Suicide is a luxury for them. Because there is someone who will be there 24 hours a day. Take turns watching over them. And the warlords and bureaucrats are secretly supporting them. The whole of northern Myanmar is simply a paradise for crime. At first, there was more casino business in northern Myanmar. But in this chaos zone, although the casino business is easy to do, it makes money quickly. But not long. The chaos social ecology gave birth to many extrajudicial conduct. As a result, those wealthy businessmen and local tyrants dare not go. Then suddenly there was a wave of scams. Local boss found the perfect combination of gambling and fraud. The speed of making money is even more exaggerated than drugs. Since 2015, with the rise of mobile online payment function, telecom scams seem to be taking wings. The efficiency of fraud has increased linearly. Scam wages in northern Myanmar from what started as a small farmyard turned into a science and technology park. And the local government for the so-called economic development. Not only has a special development zone been set up for fraudulent companies, even provided them with a business license. And these fraudulent companies, to better control those employees, fully closed management, surround the entire park with barbed wire, and there are 24-hour guards with gunmen. From the outside, the uninitiated would think it was a prison. If you try to escape, if you were caught back, you will be beaten to death. Even chopping fingers and breaking hamstrings is perfectly normal. They don't just kill people. Because in northern Myanmar, any controlled living being has his final surplus value. Since 2017, a new criminal industry has gradually emerged in northern Myanmar. That is human organ reselling. A kidney can be sold for 50,000 to 80,000 yuan. But when it's finally sold to a buyer, at least 3 to 400,000. This is a very hidden black industry chain. When people who lost their value were sold there, it means that his life has come to an end, because they don't waste narcotics on a dead man. Deadpan doctor can only pick up a bisturi scalpel to remove every organ. This is the real video of the telecom fraud company in northern Myanmar. Buried alive with electric shocks, chopped fingers and cut kidneys. Such things can be seen every day. Person trying to escape. After being caught, it will be locked up with the dog. Eat leftover dog food. Suicide is a luxury for them, because there are special personnel who will take turns guarding them 24 hours a day, and the warlords and bureaucrats are secretly supporting. The whole of northern Myanmar is simply a paradise for crime. The fraudulent companies here are trying to get mainland executed, and made a special one professional recruitment team. Take advantage of the lure of high salaries, plus all kinds of unimaginable treatment. Deceive the Chinese from the country. They will even reimburse the travel expenses. From the moment a person crosses the border, his life has basically entered the countdown. Most mainlanders simply cannot resist the temptation of money. 9 out of 10 people will be scammed. Fraudulent company will send all employees, all arranged in the building. A dozen people sleep in one room, all live in a big room. Work a minimum of 12 hours a day. There are task indicators every day. Those who fail to complete the task will be brutally beaten, or a harsher punishment. The easiest way is to kneel, climb and beat. This is the most common form of punishment. Kneeling on the cold tiles for hours. Life is worse than death for the punished. Someone chooses to commit suicide by jumping off a building. Some choose to hide their lives and wait for an opportunity to escape. But when suicide happens, everyone in the same dormitory will be punished. And the reason why they do this, it is to let these employees supervise each other. As for those who died, would be pulled out and thrown to the side of the road. So you can see dead bodies everywhere in northern Burma. It's like a dead cat and dog in this country. The locals have already seen it. The government will only bury the body if they seize it. No way to check. So, don't be blinded by money, because there will never be pie in the sky. Even if the pie does fall, it will never hit you. What do you guys think about this? Please also leave a message in the comment area. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.